All right, perfect. Right, so welcome to the session, kiddo. My name is Tanishka. I'll be taking this particular session with you for today, and I'm connecting with you from Delhi. So that's a bit about me. And before we proceed, can you tell me just a bit about yourself?
All right. My name is Arundhati Roktima. I'm right now 12 years old, but only in a month, not a month, in 15 days, I'm going to turn 13. I'm studying in grade 8, and I'm from Bhilai, from the state of Chhattisgarh.
Right, makes sense. So, how excited are you to be a teenager?
I'm not that excited because
I know. What? You're not
I,
excited to be a teenager? That is
I'm
strange.
just not. I've never been excited about getting older.
Why are you so sad as a kid? You shouldn't be thinking about it. It's just 13. What? What?
Yeah.
Why are you talking like an adult? See, when you once you get 18, after that you say
Yeah.
that yeah, I don't want to get older. It's fine. But when you're 13, you should be saying I want to get older.
You know what? I want to become an IS officer in my future, and I want to do that at the age of 21 or 22. So I have this whole calculation that I only have 9 years left to study, and just the years they just kept going by, and then my years, that 9 years slot is just reducing. So that's why I'm not that excited to become older.
Oui, I can understand that. So see, having a big goal is not a problem, but pressuring yourself for that big goal is a problem. You shouldn't be thinking
Yeah.
about that. You should be more excited that the sooner you get 21, the sooner you would achieve your goal, and that means the sooner you can be an officer, which means you will get to enjoy perks for a longer time than rest of the people who become
Yeah.
officers at the age of 30 or 32. You will get those
Yeah.
7 8 years extra. So
You're
that
right.
should think like that.
Yeah.
I wanted to be in that field as well, but then later, I think when I was your age, I also desperately wanted to be in the same area where you're trying to be. But then my aim changed when I was in 12th, and I ended up having a completely different direction of
Oh,
my job and everything. So that's what I'm saying. Do not stress yourself too much. Things change as you move on. You get to learn a lot
yeah.
about your life, and you're just 12, and you're going to be 13. So enjoy more than stressing yourself.
Yeah. All right.
Fair enough. Right. So what do you like to do for fun? What are your hobbies?
I really love to read books, and as of now, I'm reading the Alice in the Wonderland book, and I'm
Uh,
enjoying that a lot.
that's a classic. See, I still have that book. I have that book in four different covers, and I just bought four different copies of it because of the different covers. So
Oh,
I am obsessed with books as well. I think
oh,
I stopped
wow.
counting how many I'm reading after I reached the landmark of 600 books. After that, I stopped counting. I was like,
Okay, wow.
yeah. So I am a bookworm. I can eat one book in a day.
Oh, same here. Maybe I can go up to two books in a day because I just
Yep.
love reading, and I read this book series called the Journey Stilton books. It's a fictional type of book, and I'm just so obsessed with those books. Whenever I go to my library, my school library, I just always read those books, and my friends are like, "Why are you always in this Journey Stilton section? Always." I just love those books, and I've read almost, I think, 100 of them.
That's a good count. I mean, yeah, that's understandable. If you get attached to a particular series, it's likely that you will find it more interesting than others because you already know the base of the stories, right? You know who
Yeah.
written these stories. So it's more interesting. I think when I was in grade 3, I used to read a lot of Enid Blyton. And so Enid Blyton was like, she's one of the most famous writers for kids, I think. At least in my
Yeah.
time, she used to be. So when I was in third grade, I used to read a lot of those series of the mystery series, like the Mystery Cat and whatnot. So there were, I guess, around
Oh.
12, 13 books of that series. Then there was uh, O Clock series. There was Goosebumps. Have you read Goosebumps?
No, I haven't. I know about those books, but I haven't read them.
Yeah, it's Those books are fine. It's not that interesting, I would say. I think I read it because it was hyped in my time. So we used to
Oh,
compete who has read what. So that's why I read those books. They're not that interesting. I think it's fine though.
okay.
If you do like a little bit of funny horror, then you might enjoy it. Otherwise, it might just be boring for you. Depends what
All
genre you like.
right.
What is your favorite genre?
I don't really have a favorite genre, but I do like mystery type of things.
Oh my god, that is so interesting. I think you're too young for these books, but there is an author called, he's an Indian author, pretty famous. He's called Salil Desai. He writes a
Okay.
lot of mysteries. So
All
that's there.
right.
And then there is another book called, this is pretty interesting, you might enjoy reading it, Jack the Ripper. Search books about this person.
Okay,
All of
Jack
this
the
is,
Ripper. I have heard the name, but I haven't read the book.
yeah, it's a really interesting. It's based on a real life man, so that's why it's more interesting. So yeah, these books are pretty good.
Okay.
You might want to give them a shot. And then there
Yeah.
is another one called Tales. Dead Men Tell Tales. This is also interesting. These books are pretty
Oh,
fun.
wow.
I'm not sure if it's appropriate for a 12-year-old, but you're going to be 13, so it's fine. Teenagers can read that. I used to read all
Yeah.
these books when I was 13, so it's okay. Just if somebody asks you who recommended, please don't take my name. I don't want to be taken into custody.
All
I'm
right.
home. So yeah, that's there. But yeah, mystery is pretty fun. I think I used to enjoy mystery at your age as well. I still do. I still do, in fact. But I do like true crimes more now.
Oh.
So it grew out of mystery. I used to read so much mystery that I started reading true crime. Do you listen to podcasts?
I do not listen to podcasts that much. It's just rarely I listen to them.
Mm, that makes sense. Fair enough. But there's a lot of good podcasts in the mystery genre. You want to, I think, listen to a few of them on Spotify. Spotify is a good place to find all of them.
Yeah.
So that's fair enough. Right. Apart from reading, what do you like to do?
I love to listen to music.
What kind of music do you listen to?
I don't really have a favorite genre, but I do like to listen to K-pop and the Western pop music.
Same. Oh God, I found somebody. It feels like I'm talking to my younger version. So, what do you listen in K-pop? Only BTS. Apart from that, you listen to other stuff as well.
Yeah, BTS, Blackpink, Dreamcatcher, Mamamoo, so
Yes.
many K-pop groups.
Oh God, there is CL. She's not a K-pop like group. She's an independent artist. She's pretty
Yeah,
good.
she's a
EXO.
soloist.
Yeah, yeah. EXO. You must have heard EXO, no?
Yeah, I've heard about them, but I don't really listen to much of their songs.
Makes sense. EXO is fine. EXO is good. Then there's a lot of K-pop groups out there. There are more groups than there are solo artists, so that's there. I
Yeah.
think groups are more famous somehow. I don't know why,
Hmm.
but they are. But fair enough. Right. Who's your favorite in K-pop though?
I would say twice.
Yes, good choice. I think for every teenager, the top choices are either Twice, BTS, or Blackpink. These
Yeah,
are the
that's true.
top three, right? Yeah, everybody listens, but I don't blame them. They produce pretty good music, so that's that.
Hmm.
But fair enough. And what do you like to listen in Western music?
I love to listen to Taylor Swift.
Yes, you're a Swiftie. High five.
High five.
Makes sense. Did you listen to the latest albums and everything?
Yeah, they're amazing.
I love those albums. What's your favorite? My favorite song is Exile. I don't know why, but I'm obsessed
Ooh.
with that song. So that's
Oh, I
there.
would say probably Betty.
Yes, that was a good song. This is the thing. A lot of people don't even know about that song because people don't listen to albums anymore. They just listen to the
Yeah.
famous ones that come on YouTube.
Hmm.
So a lot of people don't even know about Betty. Good to know that you do. You're a true Swift. That's there. But fair enough. I would. Would you love to attend? Okay, let me give you a situation. If you're given an opportunity on the same day, there are two concerts, one for Twice, one for Taylor Swift. Which one would you want to attend? You can only attend one.
To be honest, I would not like to attend any of the concerts
I
because I feel like concerts. If you're in a concert and you get the front row or the just the most back row at the top of the stadium, so then it's a really good view. But if you're somewhere in the middle, so it's not a good view. It's not worth
yeah.
it. You're just
Yep.
seeing this stage. You're not able to see the people performing clearly, and it's just not that worth it, I would say.
True. I would agree with that frame of mind. I have attended like a couple of concerts, but those were mostly the concerts that I attended. Like they were garage concerts, right? So you are very close to the artist. You can see the artist and
Yeah.
everything. So that's pretty fine. But if the artist is that far, like the BTS concerts or everything, if you've seen the
Hmm.
pictures, God, the artist is somewhere in the middle, like tiny ants, and then there is a
Yeah.
whole swamp of people around them.
Yeah, you
So
cannot even see them. You have to see them through the projector and all.
yeah, I was like, this I could have done at home with popcorn. So
Yeah.
that's there. It's like watching a movie. So it's better to watch it at home. That way
Yeah.
I understand. That makes sense. Fair enough. What do you listen to apart from Taylor Swift?
I don't really listen to many Western pop songs, but apart from Taylor Swift, I listen to Ed Sheeran and and a lot of songs, but I'm forgetting their names. I have a playlist of more than 200 songs, just the Western pop songs, and
Yeah.
most of it are, I think, I would say hundreds or even more than that are of Taylor Swift.
Understand. I can relate with that. And I know a lot of people who can relate with that. That's very understandable. She's a good artist. But that's the, see, this is the thing with me as well. Like, if somebody asks me what is my favorite genre of music, I can't point out. I cannot point out my favorite song or my favorite artist. My simple taste in music is either I like it or I don't like it. Two categories.
Yeah.
There's nothing other than that. Like people are like, oh, you know what? I like country music. I like sad music. I'm like, it's music. Either you like it or you don't like it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
don't divide it into complex terms, please. So
It
that's there.
becomes complex.
It does. Half the times I don't even know and understand what genre is about what for like songs because a lot of songs are a mix of pop and country
Yeah.
and things like that. So you never
Yeah.
know. So
Hmm.
that's there. Makes sense. Fair enough. All right. Right. Okay. And apart from that, what is your favorite subject? Asking this because you're a school student.
I would say it depends actually. If there's a maths exam coming up, then I would say that maths would be my favorite because I'm just studying maths and just being with it for the whole day. So then it will become my favorite. But if I have a geography exam coming up, so then it will be geography. But in general, I would say that it is either maths or geography.
Maths and you like the two subjects that I would say approximately 65% of student population hates. Like they hate it with their guts. Like it's not simple hatred. Like they hate it
Hmm.
like a lot of hate. Like they're making memes about it and hating that subject on their Instagram.
Yeah.
Like that much hate for that subject.
Yeah,
And
but I
you
don't
like this deep subject.
understand. Why do they do that? I don't understand.
I'll tell you why. Because maths is a thing you need to practice a lot, and even after that practice, it is unsure that have you gotten those concepts correctly or not, because you're likely to mess it up.
Hmm.
Geography, on the other hand, is a concept which is being taught in the classroom, but even though it's a subject that should be taught more practically. So, few
Yeah.
people who really like to read, like you, might understand that subject very easily. But for the rest of the population, it becomes very complex to understand the practical outside subject in the parameters of classroom. That's why they hate it.
Okay. Wow,
I
those are
have done
really great
research on that.
reasons.
So I actually did like okay, so I didn't try to research paper on it, like I didn't publish it, but it was a part of my practicals in college, where I
Oh,
did experimentations and surveys as to why school students hate a few subjects. So I took three subjects
oh,
on the major. That was maths, history, and geography. So
okay. History,
those are
I
the top.
also hate history a lot.
Why though? What's your reason to hate it?
There are too many dates, and very difficult names. Like I cannot
Oh,
remember those names all the time. They're just so long names, just difficult.
oh. You're gonna love history in ninth. Ninth and tenth history. I'm saying love in a very sarcastic manner because when you come to ninth and tenth, there are chapters about Russian Revolution and there are chapters about Vietnam War. So the
Oh,
names in the Vietnam War, those are names that are very typical Asian names. And I swear to
oh.
God, Asian names are more difficult to learn than any other type of names.
Yeah, Asian names, there are so many sounds, vowels, consonants, and so many
Yes,
different things.
it's very tough to do that. So you're gonna have a hard time with those kind of names. But
Yeah.
luckily, the syllabus is very, very limited for history in ninth and tenth. Plus, the names are not that many in those chapters
Hmm.
because they cut out half the syllabus outside of the books.
Oh.
So you guys are lucky that way. So you should thank, I don't know, whoever is the education minister or whoever changed the syllabus now.
Yeah.
Be thankful to that guy. But
Yeah.
God, but fair enough. Do you think you would be able to love maths even when you get older? Because I'm
I'm not
sure
sure
it's
about that.
those complex terminologies that elders use.
Yeah, yeah. Though I feel like if I get to class 12, then I will literally just hate maths because the terms and all that stuff, I've seen that it just looks so complicated.
Yeah, basically they remove numbers. Okay, so you're just dealing with
Oh,
alphabets. Because when you get to 12, you're mostly dealing with limits and derivatives. That is one of the scariest chapters you guys have, and there is no number in that chapter. You will like
oh,
somewhere might see even numbers like 2 or 4. Apart from that, it's just X, F, underline, underscore, and whatnot.
oh
So
my
it just
God.
looks like computer languages. It just looks like that. So same for
Wow.
10th, because in 10th you have a lot of trigonometry. I used to love trigonometry though, because once you understand it, like you said, that before your exams you start to practice maths a lot and you start to love it. That's what happens with trigonometry. If you start to practice it and you understand the basic concepts, you're going to love that chapter. But if you don't, then you're going to hate it with your guts. So it's either a
Wow.
deal breaker or a maker.
Wow.
So let's see. Stay tuned. You don't have a choice. I'm guessing that.
Yeah.
But what are you planning to take? Like, because you sound like an adult already. That's why I'm asking. What are you planning to
Oh,
take in 11th?
maybe humanity, arts.
I'm from the same background. I appreciate it. Go take
Oh,
it.
wow.
Humanities is pretty cool. I don't know. I mean, I used to have really great subjects. So that's why I loved it. I had great teachers as well. I was lucky enough.